Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Demon Slayer Season 4, Episode 3. Glad to be back for a new episode of Demon Slayer. Even if, I thought about it at the end of the last episode, editing the last episode, my reactions and my thoughts for the last episode. If you didn't see that video, I'm gonna put the link into the end. I'm gonna put the link for the playlist that I made for Demon Slayer in case you want to rewatch all of Demon Slayer with me, because yes, I binge watched all of Demon Slayer with you. After the last episode, editing it, I thought about it, this season is supposed to have only 8 episodes. So that's it, we watched 25% of this season. I'm just putting it right there, in front of you. That's it, we already watched 25% of this season. With this episode 3, even a little more, right there. I'm putting it right there. We're gonna be so quickly, at the end of this season, I'm really I'm already feeling sad, and I'm already wondering how much we're gonna have to wait to have the season 5. We knew that this season would be shorter. I thought that because of that it would be lighter also for the mood, for what was gonna happen during the season exactly. That I didn't read the manga, so I don't know what is gonna happen. Turned out that maybe it's not gonna be that light, for what is gonna happen. I'm like, someone can die. And really, I think that someone can die. The master, for example. Even if I have that theory, thanks to one of you who told me to think about it a little, that maybe Nezuko can help the situation, her blood, something like... I don't know. But no matter what, I'm not so sure now that no one is gonna die. Like, really, Rengoku dying was such a surprise for me, was so painful. The fact that they can kill an Hashira just like that, not just like that, it was after a big fight and all of that, but the fact that we can say goodbye to Hashiras at some point, more than just Rengoku. Now I'm not feeling safe watching Demon Slayer anymore, so I thought that I could be safe for this season. Now I'm not so sure anymore, even if we don't have a lot of episodes, not so sure anymore. The last episode was cool, in the sense that I have the impression that we learned more about Tomioka and we finally had the chance to connect with the guy because he finally opened his heart to Tanjiro. Only Tanjiro could have reached him like that, could have reached his heart. Only him, because he's so sweet, he's so nice. I love him so much for that. And it's fun because with Tanjiro, who was just chasing him again and again, not giving up on making him talk, I could have been like, really, you're annoying, Tanjiro, like at some point I would be tired of you. And I admired, Tomioka's patience with that. But at the same time, it was just the proof that Tanjiro is just nice and sweet. And when finally Tomioka talked about what was really bothering him, the fact that he's feeling like he doesn't deserve to be an Hashira, that he's not good enough because of all of this story, around how it happened for him to become at first a Demon Slayer, the fact that he passed his exam, but not because he succeeded to kill someone, but because Sabito saved him, protected them, and died, during that moment. And because of that, he felt like it should have been Sabito, who could have been a Demon Slayer, and then an Hashira, that no matter what, he would have been better than him at all steps, of their lives. For sure, into his mind, Tomioka would have thought that he wouldn't have been enough, each time, like, that's a level that he would have never reached for him to be satisfied about himself, all of his life he would have thought about himself like that. So when Tomioka began to talk about that with Tanjiro, the fact that Tanjiro reacted like that, just talking with his heart, also thinking about when Rengoku died and how responsible he felt, you know, how guilty he felt during that moment. Only him, you know, only Tanjiro during that moment could have had, you know, the good answer and reached really Tomioka's heart and made him understand that no, it's not like that, and oh, you're a good Hashira, Tomioka, you're amazing. And at the end, really, these two together like that, oh, it was so great, like, I loved it a lot. At the end of the last episode, we had more, you know, we had the two girls who are surely gonna go, you know, for a mission to kill a demon. I have the impression that maybe she's gonna become an Hashira, she's gonna let her place. I don't know. But I'm not sure that we're gonna have that during this episode. I don't remember it exactly, but I think that, you know, during the hidden scene of the last episode, at the end they are announcing the title of the next episode, and I don't have the impression that it was about them. I had the impression that it was about something else, but I can't remember. You know me, I'm not searching for information, like I didn't read the manga, for example, and I'm not searching for any information, like for example with Demon Slayer, just the title of each episode, it's a big spoiler, so it's almost like I'm forcing my memory, my brain, to not see that kind of information. Like I remember that I read it, but I forced myself, you know, to forget it just like that. So I don't know what it's gonna be this episode 3, but I think that it's gonna be more about the trainings. Like if we need really Tanjiro, Inosuke and Zenitsu to train with these Hashiras, we need to see it. Like we can't just talk about it, we need to have at least 1 or 2 episodes about that. Because for sure this season is going to be also about the Hashiras trying to have the mark by training hard and all. My theory is the fact that it's by being and training with Tanjiro that it can happen, but that's just my thoughts about it. At least what I would want to happen. It's not based really on something real, that theory, but I would want for things to happen like that. So we need that. For sure we need something about Muzan at some point, about the master also, about the girls now, and we just have 6 episodes left. So yes, not a lot of time for a lot of things, in fact, at the end. We'll see about it, and I'm gonna see that right now. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you can have these reaction videos about Demon Slayer earlier, 1 day earlier, and you have them with a longer reaction part. I put the full reaction part for the first episode. Maybe soon we're gonna have another big episode and I'm gonna put also the full reaction part. If not, it's gonna be no matter what longer, no matter what more interesting, because I'm not forced to cut during the scene like I'm forced to do for YouTube. I'm not playing with opacity also on my Patreon, and that's advantages that I'm giving you on my Patreon to thank you also to follow me on Patreon, because it's the best way to support me if you want and if you can. So to thank you as a reward, you know, for being so supportive, I'm working hard to give you that kind of advantages. Let's go for this episode to be back with our guys. I think that also Nezuko, she's gonna be trained. You know, so many things to do during this season. It's insane. Ah, the training. Longer the title, it's possible. I really prefer him like that, his appearance. It's so nice, Tanjiro. I think that in our world, he would be diagnosed, you know, as hyperactive. He's growing up.
お前、今日夜の巡回警備だろ。おう、夜の警備行ったら次の朝の稽古が免除になるからな。
No? Are you gonna plan something to test them during the night or something like that? So it's gonna be like a real training.
鬼たちが禰豆子って子を探し回ってるからだって聞いたぜ。このままいなくなってくれればいいなと。そんな甘くはないんじゃね。1000年にわたって続いてきたんだし。
You're panicking, no?
こんな風に路地裏から現れるしな。ふざけんじゃねえ。悪い悪い。
You need to work on your nerves. Not a demon. It's Tengen.
ちゃんと巡回するぞ。ああ。
No? It was not Tengen missing with them? Really? This eye to give informations about what's happening inside? Oh, fuck. Okay, they're gonna prepare an attack during this season. Not now, but during this season. Oh yes, the moment how much he knows.
やっぱり上限って強えんだろう。それは信じられないくらい。でも信じないってことは反応できたってことだから前向いたらまたパーンってやられて次はやっぱり俺たち凡人には理解できない世界ってあるんだな。
You're gonna be forced to.
天元様、ああやってきつくはおっしゃるけど
No.
実際は甘いですから。最後の大使が帰ってくるまで自分も食事取らないで結局山まで迎えに行っちゃったんだから。
親方様から預かった大使を俺のところで潰すわけにはいかねえからな。
You're doing that for them to train them.
柱になれるような人はみんな心の奥底は優しいんだ。
Like Tomioka?
でも勝たないと親方様との約束が守れない。
No worries, he's already convinced. Tell him.
この勝負、俺が負けたら稽古に参加しろという話だが。親父、こいつにもう一枚だ。この一枚で俺は打ち止めた。つまり、お前がその追加を食べれば、お前は俺に勝つことになる。
Tomioka.
それでは。
You knew he reached his limits. You wanted for him to just.
とはいえ、しんどい、しんどい、しんどい。
Ah?
で、なんだこんな時間に。
Just the two of you.
気になっててな。あの城での一件か。
What you saw?
俺とお前で鬼どもを追い詰めた。しかしあいつら全員どこかで姿を消しやがった。あれだけの数の鬼が一瞬にして跡形もなくな。
This place doesn't exist for real. It's.
あの扉の向こうは何なのか。もしかしたら俺たちの知らない鬼の隠れ家があるんじゃないか。
Yes!
隠れ家。あの後何度かあの城を調べてみたが何も見つからなかった。
It moved.
やはり狙いはかまどの妹か。それで間違いないだろう。何か大きなことが始まるのかもしれない。何が始まろうが俺が全部終わらせてやる。大使どもに稽古をつけている間は気が紛れる。
But you're worried?
この静けさは嵐の前触れなのではないかと。
I think
こ
so.
こであれこれ言っても仕方ないだろう。お前に一つ提案があるんだが。ちょうど俺からも一つあるぜ。先に言わせてもらおうか。
Are you gonna fight together?
俺と勝負しろ。
For the mark.
俺の提案と同じだ。
Oh, it's gonna be so great.
炭治郎くん、私たち改めて優斗くんのお礼を言いたくてありがとうね。
No worries with that.
でも天元様も本当はまだ戦いたいんです。離脱した自分をずっと責めてる炭治郎くん。鬼物人
I think that he took the right decision. They are counting on you. They know that you can do it.
よく来て。暗闇に目を凝らし、目で見えねえもんは感じ取るしかねえ。今から俺は鬼になる。
You're dead.
おい、来たぞ。近くにいる。
Oh, you can have them all. Not Tanjiro. Come on, Tanjiro.
匂いじゃ気配を探れない。宇髄さんはどこにいる。宇髄さん、柱相手に俺たちじゃ。
Oh, if you're getting scared like
俺
that.
に向かってもそういうつもり。
Uh-huh.
固まってみんな俺の近くに背中を合わせて
You're gonna lead
い
them?
てください。
And he's defending you. That's a true leader.
ほらほら、もっと撃ってこい。
元柱を相手にお革命に向かってる。
He's not afraid.
実験台の戦って生き残った者同士のやりとり。前より力つけろ。
みんな
Together, they're following you. You give them strength.
いい感じになってきたじゃねえ
Your
か。
courage. Give them strength.
お前が引退した俺にここまでやられやがって。
Ah,
元柱相手なんて荷が重いっす。柱やかまどならジョギや鬼物人無残に勝てるかもって。
don't count on them and only on them. It's great for you to believe, but
少しでもその支えになれるよ。頑張ります。
okay, I prefer for you to say things like that. You want to be good support. Why? Oh, I'm clear with myself. They know they're never gonna be as strong as you, but
先に進むな。
they're gonna be good helps.
俺たちは上限を倒した。鬼物人無残。あいつを倒さない限り何も起こらない。頼んだぞ。
必ず仕留めます。
You're counting on him, not on one of the Hashiras, on him.
じゃあ皆さん、また別の稽古場でお会いしましょう。かまど、頼んだぞ。俺たちも後から行くからな。もう無理です。何言ってるの。こんなのもできないの。
You're the next one?
鬼に食われちゃう。時々。
Yes. We fought with him, not against him, but because of that we know him well.
本当ならもう3回は死んでる。
Alright. That was a cool episode, but I'm wondering now. I thought that by having one episode being about tomioka, but without any training into it, that this season was okay about all of the trainings that Tanjiro and the other guys they're gonna take, but that maybe we wouldn't have one episode, one training. Now I'm not so sure anymore. Like if this one was about Tengen, if the next one is gonna be about Tokito, are we gonna truly have one episode, one training? No, I don't think so. Like, it's not going also with everything else which is going on. The fact that the Hashiras, they are training also, they want to have this mark. So we need to have an answer about that also during this season. Maybe not all of them are gonna have suddenly the marks, but at least a few of them, at least one of them. So it's gonna take at least one episode, you know, one entire episode. And we need also to have news about Muzan, news about the master, his heirs. I'm also thinking about Nezuko, and I think that she needs to be trained also to be a demon who can be around like that, and no matter what, to be trained to defend herself. Like, I really think that she needs to be trained also. So I don't know anymore how they are building this season, what I have to expect or not. We'll see. This episode was pretty cool. For sure it was nice to be back with Tengen and his 3 wives. I prefer him like that. I prefer him being less, shiny, flamboyant, being less so satisfied about himself and being there doing stuff not for himself but for these guys, training them so hard. Right there he was not talking like not I'm the best. He was never arrogant. He was just too proud of himself, proud of his appearance also. And for me, even if his appearance, like, it's not just his attitude that I prefer right now, it's also his appearance. I prefer him like that, truly. I don't know. But yes, he's training all of these guys, and that's rough, for them, all of what they have to do, and it's really rough also, like, he's hurting them, he's directly hurting them. But it's for the best, for them to be strong enough to face demons, and the upper ranks demons. So that's nice, even if it's rough. The fact that Tanjiro is joining them, and Tanjiro is so great. Like I said, into our world, he would be diagnosed as an hyperactive kid, like, since a long time now. But just Tanjiro is just going for it, and even during the fights, that's the difference between him and the other ones. He's going for it, he's not afraid, he knows what he has to do, he knows that at the end he's gonna fight demons, he's gonna fight upper rank demons, he's maybe gonna fight Muzan, so he's just going for it, he has no other choice. When the other ones, I'm not blaming them, like, maybe they don't have the body, the skills, to be that strong, to be like Tanjiro. But at some point I had the impression that they were just thinking that they were not enough, that they couldn't do it, and they were not even trying in a way, at least pushing their limits. But in fact I was wrong, and I love how they're thinking, at the end, how they're presenting it. The fact that they know that they can never be as strong as the Hashiras and Tanjiro, but they're not gonna give up on their training, and they're gonna continue to try to get strong, because even if they're not gonna be the strongest, on the battlefield, they're gonna be there to help, they're gonna give their support at the right moments, and maybe because of that, they're gonna win against Muzan and everyone else. Not because they're gonna make the final move who is gonna kill him, who is gonna kill them, but because they're gonna help the ones who are gonna do it. So okay, they're not brave as hell, like Tanjiro and Tengen and the other ones, but they are doing their best, and it's one little rice, which can unbalance the fight and make us win, so it's cool. That moment, like with these 2 kids, guards, making them round and all, with the fact that just before that we had Tengen watching them, I was like, oh, that's it, he's gonna try to afraid them during the night, you're gonna miss training tomorrow, so I'm gonna train you during the night for real. So I was so sure of that, I was just waiting for him to appear into the dark, so when it appeared in fact that it was upper 4 eyes like that, I was like, no! I didn't think about it at all. But the fact that he has his eyes inside, like, it's really symbolic. He has his eyes inside, meaning that he can spy what is going on, how they are protecting the place, they are making the rounds, but also who is right there right now. Remember that they are searching for Nezuko right now. So it's really, really bad. Meaning that we're gonna have an attack of this place, you know, during this season. They're not gonna wait. See, we have so many things. We need to have so many things during this season. All of the trainings, and apparently we're gonna see a lot of these trainings. News about Muzan, news about Upper 4 Ice, and maybe surely an attack against the place. News about the Master, his Earth, something about Nezuko. Next episode, it's gonna be half of the season. Next episode, it's gonna be half of the season. But yes, that was nice to be with Tengen. That was nice to have Tanjiro being so good during this training, pushing all of them to be better, to be stronger. Also with his courage, giving them strength, with that thing at the end about the fact that they know they can't do it themselves, but they're gonna help the Hashiras and Tanjiro to do it. All that little moment also with Tomioka was great, because it showed, you know, that Tomioka has a big heart, yes, because he knew that Tanjiro would stop, and he didn't want for Tanjiro to fail. Like, he was gonna participate to the training, no matter what. But because Tanjiro made it about winning a contest, and because it was so important for Tanjiro to be the one to push Tomioka to come back, he was like, okay, I'm not gonna let you fail that, I'm gonna let you win it, but not so easily, just one more for you and it's gonna be okay. Like, it's such a sweet way to do it, because you're letting him win by making him still do the job, and a little more than that, meaning that you're pushing him to do even better, even if right there it was about eating soba, it was soba noodles. It's so nice, and yes, Tomioka has a big heart. Even if he's hiding it really well, with his cold attitude and all, he has a big heart. All of them. Tengen for sure, we can see it because he's really verbal about it. But Tokito also has a big heart, and yes, all of them. Oh, and we had also the two other Hashiras talking again about the castle that they found, that it could be an hideout for the demons, and the fact that now they want to train together. I think that it's a good choice, you know, to train against really a good enemy. So maybe you're gonna make these marks appear. Again, I'm not sure that it's gonna function, but it's a good idea, at least. And they are worried that, yes, they're gonna get attacked soon, and it's just a calm before the storm. I think that they're right. Okay, that was a nice episode, a sweet one. Tell me, what did you think about it? It's all for me and for you for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.